This typhoon short summary is discussing Super Typhoon Louise-Marge. Louise-Marge was also known as Ining Liling in the Philippines. The ing being the feminine name in the Philippines, which is a little interesting. Louise-Marge is one of the many typhoons of 1964. First of all, I want to point out that this storm was originally known as Louise, and the reason why Marge is added to this is because multiple agencies, except for the CMA, thought that there was two different storms. In fact, there was not. However, for some reason, it's still debated. As you can see here, it's clearly not two different storms. I don't know why this is still disputed. I don't know why people thought this at the time. And surprisingly, the JMA is the only one that I think actually got it right. This is the only time I'm trusting the Chinese. Louise would form as early as November 14th, indications show, become typhoon intensity on the 15th, and trekked to within just 14 miles of Anguar Island, moving past all the Louise-Marge BS. At Louise-Marge's peak, at Louise's peak, on November 18th, should reach all the way down to 7.3 degrees north. This is not very far from the equator and is the closest a super typhoon has ever gotten to the equator. Louise's peak was winds of 190 miles per hour, a pressure of 914, and a width of 500 miles across. Louise would landfall on November 19th on Surigao del Sur with winds of 160 miles per hour. Quote, Marge, as for some reason it was called, would continue to north of Luzon and then horseshoeing south, still as a storm, becoming a depression and then dissipating. For some reason, again, this is where this disputation comes in. Multiple agencies thought that the weaker part of the storm was a separate one, so they called it Marge. Again, I couldn't tell you why they think this, but they did. The impacts from Louise would be absolutely tremendous. 97% of all structures were destroyed in Peleliu. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm American. 90% of all homes on Anguar would be destroyed, and a grand total of 45% of structures would be damaged in Koror. That is a combined total of 30% of homes and 15% of all government buildings. The damage number from Louise is estimated to be around 13 million US dollars. Ah, you didn't see that. Louise would contribute to an estimated death count of around 300, tragically, and left a staggering 300,000 or more homeless. Louise is one of the most powerful storms of the season. In fact, it is the third most powerful, only being beaten out by Opal and Sally. Opal being in second, Sally being in first. The U.S. Weather Bureau, which, yes, it was still called the Weather Bureau in '64, called it called this storm one of the worst to impact the Central Philippines. And I believe that it is still in the top ranks to this day. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning, uh, Louise is the closest, got the closest to the equator a super typhoon has ever gotten. Now, super typhoon is a relatively loose term. It's used to describe all Cat 5 equivalent typhoons, but also around mid to high end Cat 4. So it is a little loose. Uh, on top of this, uh, Louise is one of very few, in fact, only around 15 typhoons that have been recorded that have gotten winds of 190 miles per hour or more. Some storms have gotten to 200. Um, in fact, looking at hurricanes, Patricia reached 215. However, focusing on just typhoons, only around 15 ever have gotten to the 190 mark, again, or above. An insane amount of energy is required for that, though, as you can imagine. But that is all that I have here, folks, for Louise or Louise-Marge. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and learned something as well. Now, I'll see you in the next one. Again, thank you so much for watching.